Hi, everyone. Okay. There we go. I think she's almost here. Hi,
Hey there.
how are you?
Where'd you go? No, I don't see you.
You don't see me.
I don't see you. I'm seeing you on my computer, but I can't see you on the phone, but that's fine. What's up?
I don't know. Meta is not liking me today. I'm telling you what. I was telling the group that moving forward, I'm going to, probably about a night, I'm going to be doing this a different way, but that people can still participate or watch live. But anyways, let's get to your interview.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, K-Bay, how did you come up with the name Grind City Media?
So Grind City Media is an extension of my first company, which was Just Pressing Buttons Productions, JPB. And I had that company for 20 years. The short answer is I used to play a game called INVU. And it was like this avatar game where people can just kind of be who they were behind this cartoon person.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this guy, his name was the Grinder, and he was this mayor of this city. One of my names used to be the Constant Grinder. So I named him the Grinder. And I wanted to do a test to see how people responded to a male compared to a female, given direction. So I tested it in this game, INVU. And it was a hit. We had this whole city. You type in the zip code and like 15, 16, 17, 20 chat rooms would come up. We had the commercials form. They had a good time coming into Grind City. It was called Grind City. So when I got my building, I felt like I wanted to just kind of keep that name because I had already began to brand it over there in the game. So I just rebranded JPB here for various reasons. One of them was with JPB, the button pusher was extremely nice, very giving. I was giving away a lot of work. When I got this building, that kind of changed. And it was like, I got two of everything. Now I got to come for the bread. So it can't just press your buttons to motivate you and push you. And that was what I used to do. And whether people liked it or not, that's what I did. Well, when I got to Grind City, it was like, I can't just motivate you. You have to be motivated walking in this door because this is the grind now. This is a business now. This is when I really said, I want to take it to the next level as far as being a CEO and a person that runs a business. So that's where Grind City came from.
Okay. Nice. So I know you've been in this industry for a long time, but tell our viewers how long you've been in this industry.
3 decades.
Okay.
3 decades.
How did you get started?
Well, my very first thing I did in any type of music was a DJ. I started out a DJ. And I used to DJ like community days in, like Leamington Heights and different housing projects. And just always, I used to DJ at the skating ring. I used to skate when I was younger. So that was my first introduction to actually putting my hands and mitts into music. And then when I really started to get into DJing, I realized the stuff that I like to spin, they didn't want to hear at the club. And it was like, well, I don't want to spin what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I had a bias with music. Like, I listened to Dr. Dre and all that stuff there, but it wasn't something that I desired to continually push because it was personal. The music for me was personal, so I wanted to play more vibrational music that was a little bit higher. And I wanted to skate to that, and I wanted to be outside to that. What I learned years into it was when I started to become a media, I realized I couldn't be as biased. I had to take what I felt personally about music and put it over there and make sure when I made music, I put my personal aspect in it. But when I was pushing music or things like that, I had to mature into realizing that I cannot be biased when it comes to what people are spitting or doing with their music, because that's what they want to create. So I started out a DJ, and everything after DJing kind of came with necessity. I wanted to hear different kinds of beats, so DJing taught me how to blend listening to the blending of the beats made me want to be a producer. And I started producing, but nobody liked my beats. Nobody would rap on them, so I started rapping. I started rapping and realizing, man, nobody's giving out shows. So I started doing that. And I started doing shows, and there was no media at the shows. So I started doing that. It was just a progression of necessity. I'm a person that says if something is lacking, then we need to fill the void. We need to fill that. And so that's where my entire career came from. That I started providing, they call them platforms now, but then just opportunities for people who were doing what I was doing, which was making music in the basement and did not have outlets.
Okay. All right. Now, I always ask everybody because the music industry has genres, right? But I feel as I'm meeting, meeting more and more people, they don't quite fit into the standard genre. So, if you can make up your own genre, what would it be? What would it consist of? What would you call
I
it?
make grind music for the mind. I
Okay.
make grind music for the mind. So if we're talking about music, I make grinder music. I make, my music is, whenever I do music, it's completely honest. And I make the single mother music, the mother that is crying because she's lost her baby to these streets. I'm sorry, my dog just keeps letting it fly. Get out of here. God, it's horrible. Jeez. My dog, oh my God. Oh, she's giving me air biscuits over here. God, jeez. It's horrible. But when I very first started rapping, I don't want to say rap. I really don't rap. I just talk my own kind of. Can I curse on this show or not?
Yeah. Curse
I talk
away.
my own kind of shit, and so it's just like I'm an empath. So I used to feel things that ordinary people don't feel. When these babies would get killed, I feel it. I felt it in my body. I felt it. That's why I can't publicly grieve at this moment because it's too overwhelming. So I started instantly trying to figure out what I can do. I'm bringing kids to my studio and in my basement just to get them off the street, things like that. So it just got to a point where, classifying myself never works
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just an entity. So I make an entity type music. So if we're talking about music, it's an entity of trustfully some type of awareness of what's going on. When we're talking about media, it's an entity of saying, hey, please know your worth and know that you're important enough to be covered at a high level, right? A different standard. So it's just, I would classify myself as an entity of independent and entrepreneurial spirit and energy.
Okay. All right. Um, Now, how did you know you could rap? Like, were you just messing around in your room one day when you were younger and you're like, hey, I
I
sound
can't
good?
rap. I suck at the shit. I can't rap. I'm horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I suck. I'm horrible. What I can tell you is I attempt to do many things. I love to do it. I suck at it, just like I love making beats, but I suck at it. So this is why I have music that you can buy right now. But what do you see me push? Everyone else. Because everyone else is very, very, very talented. And I'm so in love with their talent. I'm so in love with their courage to express their talent. And I want to showcase that. The
Okay.
first project to showcase was myself. I had to. That's how I got it. You know what I'm saying? I had to be the crash test dummy for the stuff that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what that was. I suck at it. I never felt that I could do it on a level here, but don't play with me. Like I got bars, but that's not the angle. Talk to me about um my media, and then we can go battle on that. I'm saying I ain't gonna battle you on a microphone. I'm gonna spit what I'm spitting. I'm getting out the way. But when you start talking about standards of media, standards of radio, standards of magazines, standards of TV for independent artists and entrepreneurs, now I'm gonna talk my thing there. Now I'm gonna talk my thing there. I'm not gonna say I'm the best rapper, but I'm one of the best in the lanes that I built for media. So
Okay.
that's what that is.
All right. But hey, you should promote your music because there is something for everyone, right?
Sure.
When I talk to other artists, they're always like the song that they couldn't stand the most, or they thought was just, psh, they just threw it out there, turns out to be like the most popular. And they don't understand why, but that's how it, sometimes
Yeah,
that,
I mean, like I said, the music's out there, and I do plan on making one more album. Um, it's just always been the last thing that I focus on, because I feel like out of all the things that I do, for me, since I'm blessed enough to have some of the things that I have, I can make music anytime.
mm,
It's not something that I have to focus on, and I focus a lot on making the music behind the things that I do. So when I make a commercial and you hear those beats, 9 times out of 10, I made that beat. Um, when I make, any type of promotion, I made that graphic, I made that beat behind, I made that music behind her. So I do still make music on the regular. I just don't do it for like an album. I do it to make sure I don't have to deal with anyone else's copyrights when I put out my promotion.
right. Now, if you weren't doing this, what would be your other thing you would be doing?
Uh, that is a very, very good question. And honestly, I just don't have I would be doing something like this.
Okay.
Something.
Okay.
This is what I love to do. I love showcasing people, taking care of people in one degree or another. I've done it from caretaking to music to helping people with their. I just help people. And at this point in the age that I am, I'm a little exhausted at doing that. So I had to find a more mutually beneficial way to continue to help people. And I think that's what kind of made the Pittsburgh kind of salty, because now it's like, yeah, you got to pay me for what's in here. And they don't want to pay me for what's in here. They want you to keep giving it for free. You did it for 20 years. You gave it to us for free. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Yeah, I smile because
Yeah,
I'm hitting that point.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. And that's the point that, if I was to, I have to commend these younger people who are entrepreneurial minded from the gate. Some of us start off as caring people from the gate. And sometimes caring and entrepreneurialism does not go well together.
right.
And you have to learn how to be a shark. And the older you are learning that, the more harsher it feels. Whereas these younger people, they come out from the gate like, yo, I need da 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 to do da 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 da. You're like, boy, who you think you is? He thinks he's an entrepreneur. She thinks she's an entrepreneur. She has absolutely the right to ask for payment for what she's asking for. The only problem that I have when I see that is they think you're not supposed to ask for payment. They can ask for payment for a feature, but if I say, oh, well, it costs to get an interview. Oh, well, I don't think. Well, I don't know why not. You're walking into this facility that's filled with a whole bunch of fancy stuff, and as soon as I turn on the lights, my bill goes out the window. You got to pay for this. All right. So when it's no longer here, don't say there weren't opportunities because you didn't decide that it was worth your money. So that's the handoff with that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you kind of touched on it, but give me your take on Pittsburgh, um, music wise, just this whole industry right now, from what you feel it was to what it is to what you think is going to happen.
Oh, well.
Uh-oh, you're wiping your eyes. You're ready.
Well, first of all, Pittsburgh is a beautifully talented place. Unmatched talent here. There's so much talent. It's unbelievable how beautifully talented these young people, just the scene is.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we're one of those places where you have to go out before you can receive what's in.
Yes.
I've been one of those people who tried to stay here and be constant, and it's killed me. Seriously, it's killed my drive, it's killed my mind, my heart, my motivation, my love for it. They hurt me constantly. Um, I see it as a place of potential, untapped potential with a bunch of stubborn followers who think you're leaders. And I say that with all due respect. I had to learn from some experiences and people before I could be who I am, who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a while ago, well, 15 years ago, a lady that was really good in her lane told me that I was immature. And I was pissed. How dare you talk to me like that? Like, hey, you know, man, I'm a grown ass woman. You know what I mean? And a few years went past, and I examined what she meant by that. She wasn't trying to insult me. She was just saying, for what I thought I was, I hadn't matured to that being yet, right? And I have since, but then it was like, that's what we're surrounded with. We're surrounded with mature people who get it, but they abuse it, and immature people who have the talent and don't know how to use it. So my mission had become, to be some type of teacher or liaison between those two so that we can get it together. And what has occurred is those mature people who get it have linked up with some immature people who don't know how to use it. And the mature people who get it are being deceitful. So they're blowing up the heads of the immature people who got the talent that don't know how to use it. And this cycle of deceit and dysfunction and mistrust and disrespect continues in this city. They don't do their homework here.
Yeah. I don't even want to. Yeah, you talk about that. I'm gonna stay quiet
No,
on that.
I mean, you asked the question, so you gotta get in on it. You can't, and that's the other thing. The other thing about Pittsburgh, we got all these sideliners. We got all these people that don't want to say what needs to be said. This is why the button pusher, my first name, the button pusher, is not very well liked. The guy told me, he said, "Buttons, people love you, but you just get on everybody's nerves because you just always telling the truth. Don't nobody want to hear that shit." Well, guess what? Yeah. If you don't hear the truth, you're living by the lie. The lie is hurting us.
Okay.
It's hurting our scene. It's hurting our entrepreneurs. It's hurting our young people. They're literally killing producers in Pittsburgh. They're killing them. And you want me to not tell the truth?
Yeah, it's
we have to tell the truth.
Well, what I'm seeing right now is non-responsive venues. When you do get a hold of venues, they don't want to pay. Some venues I really do like, but some venues ask so much money, it's outrageous to book a show there. Some venues are being very, oh, we don't bring in that kind of music, right? When I know for a fact they have. So they're being, I don't know what the word would be.
Racist?
I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. But then the other thing I'm seeing is being a booking agent is exhausting. I'm doing all the phone calls, all the emails, all the texts, all the follow-ups, all the, hey, where are you? You know, all that stuff, right? And then when you do get someone booked, they either don't want to pay, and then if the artist feels like it's a good thing for them, they do it for free. So the booking manager makes no money. Or you get them booked somewhere, and then the next time that venue or event, whatever it is looking to fill in, they contact the musician directly, and you're still out of it, you know, and I'm just like, okay, so that's crazy in itself. And all these pay to play things, I get pay to play like a competition. Like, yeah, like if it's a competition, you're going to win money or a really cool prize, or, you know, there's going to be somebody really cool there that really honestly could get your foot in the door somewhere like that. But these unstructured, Pay to play. Oh my
Here's the
gosh.
thing. Here's the
They're
thing.
just,
Here is the thing. And this is what I've been trying to express to artists for 3 decades.
oh, hold on. If anybody is in the, feel free to comment and or ask questions while we're having our interview. Thank you. Go ahead.
Please receive this with love, my good people. Okay? You do not pay to play. Okay? You pay for promotion. You pay for exposure. Your lane for getting that promotion and exposure is your performance. How do you cap that? I came up with a formula. I said, okay, I have a venue that can hold 30 people. You can rent that venue for $250 for 3 hours. You can sell 30 tickets and keep all of the money. Pack the venue, we're streaming, and now you can tell the promoter, I demand payment because I can show you that I can bring at least 30 people to your show. Ask me how many artists used it.
None.
0.
Yeah.
So don't come at me about getting paid to play. You have to prove that you are worth someone paying you.
Yeah.
And if you can't prove that, you are not going to get paid. You're going to get a booking agent that is frustrated, trying to put you in a venue that don't believe it's going to make money from you because you have not proved. You haven't proved it. So you go pay $1,500 to open up for Benzino or somebody who does not care about you. He's going to take your money, and that's not a shout out, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Benzino, Young Jock, all of them, they're going to take your money. You might not even get to meet this person. You're going to put that on your resume that nobody looks at. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to prove that you can bring 30 plus people to a show. How do you do that? You rent a small venue, you sell your tickets, and you keep your booking agent like this because they did it. So now I got a video that I can take over here and say, hey, venue, you want this over here? Because if they put 30 in a place that maxes out at 30, we can get 60 in yours. You get 4 artists like that, times 60, how many is that? Close to 300-400. Now, but they don't listen to buttons. So I stop talking. And again, like I said, when it's not here anymore, I will not be here doing this part of it forever. I have plans on doing something else very soon, and this will not be here. This option won't be here. Y'all can run over to these bigger clubs where you're going to get drunk, where the general public's walking in. You have no idea who's in your place. You don't know who started the fight, who did the shooting, or you can book over here with 30 of your people that you know, bringing their little weed and their little drink, listening to you and your opening act. You sold all the tickets, you kept all the money. You can sell them for $10, $20, $100. I'm out that business. The problem with the venues are the venues want to be in every part of the business. They want to keep the bar. They want part of the door. They want you to do security, or they want you to pay for this or that. The venue has a responsibility to give certain things.
Yeah.
That's why you're a venue. It should come with security. You're a venue. You're telling me on a regular old Tuesday night, you don't got somebody watching your door when the regular people walk in and drink a beer? Why not? Why do I have to automatically come up with that? Because I want to throw something at your venue. You put yourself out there as a venue. I put myself out here as a small space. Difference.
Yeah.
The other problem we have in this city is people don't really understand the language. I'm a record label. Well, why aren't you paying your artists to be artists? You're a production company. Show me what you produced.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. There's all kinds of crisscrossing going on out there.
Miscommunication. We don't have a proper entertainment scene with a proper entertainment company because everybody wants to be the chief. Yet they have no solid track record. A lot of people done stuff in Pittsburgh, a lot, and I give them salutes. But when it comes down for what they've done for independent artists in this city, it keeps dwindling. And then the smallest people get in this little clique thing, and they swear they're doing this big thing. But still, when you look back at the track record, what did it yield for the artists? Yes, they had a showcase. Yes, they had a show. But what did it yield? Did it yield other opportunities? Did it yield them being in the magazine, selling over here on the radio? Did it? Yes, good, great. Then next, what's next? And so what we have to do is say, okay, what is this group doing over here? How can I make this work with this group? Instead of doing this separate, we need to get together. And we don't do that here.
No.
And when we try to do
true.
it here, we have too many personalities. Like I said, you can't be real and fake, but you can be real fake. And what occurs is you see these people trying to be real when they're really fake. And so you start seeing the real fake. So the real ones are starting to slide back like, you know what? I'm good. I quit. I'm a real one. I quit. I'm not going to keep trying. I'm not a square. I'm not jumping in those a circle when I'm a square. Like, I'm not going to keep trying to force. I'm not going to keep trying. Y'all see the work. Either you want the work or you don't want the work. You said, I don't want the work. No problem. I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
So we've had groups have come to that same conclusion in the last 10 years. You know what? We tried, we quit. We tried, we quit. And so the fake ones, for whatever reason, find a way to stick together. It awes me. It awes me. It awes me. The most inconsistent people, the people that don't support crap, they all kind of stick together and they magically support each other. And it's like, so you will support some mediocrity, some fakeness, some made up shit, but not some real shit. Well, if that's what you're doing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to digress. I'm going to go over here because one thing I cannot be is fake. I can't do it. It's not in my favor personally. I can't do it. If people can play the game like that because it requires a certain level of fakeness, to play the game, hey, I choose not to play the game. I don't like the industry at all. So that's why I created all the things that I create. So trustfully, I can give a fair, balanced media to people who desire to use it. I am not for everyone, but I will work with anyone who wants to work with me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If you don't stop farting over here, get over there. You stink. Dog, she's killing me. It's horrible.
Let's ask you an easier question. Do you like coffee or tea?
Well, that's not easy. So I don't know if you've seen this post. I recently, I used to have a real bad addiction to Newport cigarettes. And that addiction to cigarettes, I smoked cigarettes for 40 years. And 20 of those 40 years, I drank coffee, like 6, 7, 8 big cups of coffee. So I love coffee. But I had to quit drinking coffee the same time I quit smoking cigarettes. And I haven't found an affection for tea, so neither at this point. Water, and I do have green tea, so I guess this would be it. This is the answer.
Okay. You quit coffee and cigarettes at the same time?
10 months, 15 days. Yes.
Were people
My
running?
doctor thought I was going to die. She was like, you can't do it. And I was like, I have to.
Were people running from you when they saw you coming? Were you mean?
Hold up. Say it again.
Were people running when they saw you coming because you were mean?
You know what? And surprisingly, I was not mean. I was sad. I was sad. So I would call like my closest people and be like, the sky is green, and I don't know, and it's purple rain outside. And she was just listening. My homie Nico, she just listened. And then she said, you know, you're only doing that because you can't smoke. And I'd say, yeah, F it. And I hang up on her. She wait 5 minutes. She called me. She said, did you smoke? I said, no. She said, it worked. So the first 17 days were very, very difficult. This was a habit that I started when I was 12 years old. Yeah, I started smoking when I was 12 years old. And it was something that, you know, just been around in my life a long time. I did music through it, played hoops through it. I did all these things. And then I started realizing, man, something's controlling me. And it's not me. And it's not God. And so I think when you reach a certain point in your life, career, and things like that, you start to examine what's really affecting you. And there was three things that were really affecting me negatively: cigarettes, coffee, and Pittsburgh hip hop. So I had to step back from all three of them.
Hmm.
They were killing me. All three of them, they were killing me. Seriously, they were killing me. So I had to, you win, you win. I'm not going to keep asking for my presence to be received here when I've given so much. You win. You don't see me, I'm not going to make you. I'm going to do something else. And they'll see soon what I do.
For those of you that don't know, K-Bay is also in movies. So talk about that.
Oh man! So the first movie.
Keep talking. I have to grab my book. I'm just gonna scoot over there for a quick
Keep
second.
your book. Okay, yeah. So the first movie I was in was Lucky Cuckoo. Now's D produced the movie, and I was in it for like 3 seconds because as soon as I got in the movie, they killed me. I was just sitting there, and I died, and I was like, okay. And then my man Andre, I've known Andre for almost 20 years. He was around when I was doing my first TV shows over at Public Access TV. I did Public Access TV for about 8 years. Very popular show. And I put anybody on that thought that they could perform, I put them on TV. If you thought the only thing you couldn't do was curse. So I met Andre then. And I was just watching. I always watch people. I love to see progress. And then one day I was just like, man, you're doing all these movies. I can do it. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna put you in. And he put me in. It was crazy. They shot a couple scenes at my house, and it was just like, oh, this is crazy. This is dope. I love it. And I definitely have some aspirations of adding Grind City Films to my repertoire of things that I do for media. So either by doing the films myself or linking with a producer who doesn't mind being a part of what we're building. So at any point, learning and being around a director is cool, especially Now's a great director. He is very patient. But Andre he's just the way his directing style, the way that he gives us pointers and so patient, shoots the shot, over and over, and just makes you feel like you're getting it right, even though you done screwed it up 15 times. It just impressed me with how he works, and I really enjoy working with him. And he just gave me a chance. And I haven't acted ever except for like I was 6 years old and I played this old lady. That was the first thing I had. And people remember that to this day. So I knew that I could act. I had never been given an opportunity to do so until Dre gave it to me. And I'm just so pleased at that. I love doing it. It's very cool. And I'm in a movie with you. So you are the overlord and stuff over me and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I ain't scared now, Robin. I ain't scared now. You Robin now. I ain't scared now.
I know. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
When I interviewed Andre, and then he asked me later if I ever thought about doing film, and I'm like, I've been like an extra in some stuff. And I said, but I don't really ever have any speaking parts. He's like, well, let's give it a try. Well, all I could think of was, this was years ago. My friend was actually a producer for movies in LA, Nickelodeon, like big stuff. And there was a movie that was coming to Pittsburgh, and they were looking for people to do lines. So I was sitting with him, and he's like, I think you can do it, let's do it. And he said some kind of accent. Oh my God, it was so terrible. He looked at me and he goes, I didn't even know what that was. He's like, were you Jamaican? Were you English? He's like, I don't know what was happening.
And just made up
don't ever do that again. And he's like, and he looked through and he's like, let's get you to be a non-speaking extra. I'm like,
non-speaking part.
Oh my God, we couldn't stop laughing. I was all over the place. And I'm like, that wasn't good. He's like, oh my God, it's horrible.
I think you did well. I think you did well. I enjoyed your speaking role.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
It's fun.
you played it real well. I can't wait till this movie comes out. It's definitely that's one thing I really enjoy about Andre, and he came up in the culture of give someone a chance. And that's how I started. I would give you a chance. I would give you an opportunity. What you do with it is on you. I've given almost 1,000 artists an opportunity in my career to do something. And so it's so nice to see that someone still thinks that way and still says, "Hey, let's go right now." Like it's not, "Oh, I'll call you in 3 weeks and maybe we'll see." Dre will hit you up like, "You free today?" I'm like, "Damn, Dre, like,
Yeah,
damn,
I
all
know.
right, yeah, let's go." So that's cool that he's doing that. I wish him all the luck in the films that he do because uh, you know it's just imperative to have those minded people in the industry. It makes the industry not seem so horrible. I'm not
Yeah,
playing with you. Go lay down.
and he is very patient.
Extremely,
You know,
extremely.
when I would get up there and start talking and just stand there, be like, "Well, I can't remember a single thing I was supposed to say." He doesn't get frustrated. We just do it again.
Yeah, like don't just he just calms you down instantly. He just calms you right down. It's like, "Oh, don't worry, we got it, we got it." It just makes you want to. He makes you want to be the best, right?
Yeah,
He makes you want to do the best for him because he's just so patient. And when you see the film, you be like, "Wow." The first film I was in with him, after the call, I was just like, "Wow, that's my crib in the movie. I'm in the movie, knocking on the door. I tripped the fuck out. I tripped out. I tripped. I'm talking, and I got to beat the guy up, and you know what I'm saying. Then this one, I get choked. We're gonna talk about that choking. It would beat me up. Like my throat still hurt messing with your guy.
that was fun.
Yeah, you like seeing me get choked? Oh my god, go away.
Now, where can I know he had a movie premiere and everything, but like, where are the movies that we can just go and watch? Are they
Well, you would have to ask him that, but I am currently looking to broker a deal with him so that we can get them on Grind City TV,
okay?
either free or pay per view. Because I just would love to, especially I'm in a movie. Why would it not be on my network? So we're just waiting on him to see which way he wants to go with that. And whenever he's ready, I would love to have all of his stuff on Grind City TV. That's what we're there for. We do movies, we do ebooks, could be released on our channel. We do music videos and we do shows. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, if you've watched any of my interviews, you know that I have this fun yellow book, and it's filled with questions, all kinds of questions. So you pick a number between 1 and 382.
520, let's see, 382. I'm about to give you some 217.
217. Okay. Yeah, I
217.
mean, you can pick 500 and something, but I don't have it. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a neat one. Suppose that each family in the neighborhood had to put a Christmas ornament on the town tree. Assuming that the ornament was supposed to represent your family's ideas, what would it look like?
It wouldn't be one. I don't celebrate Christmas, so we gotta skip that one.
All right, pick a different page.
All right, let's go with 53.
If you could add a new room to your home, what would it be?
Oh, a new room to my home. It would definitely be like a spa, like massage tables, a Zen room. I have a Zen floor on the third floor, but it's not what you know what I mean. I made it into that. To add a room, it'd be a Zen room off top, a Zen room.
All right. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Uh, one more. One more page.
All right, let's go with 33.
Okay. Okay. If you could hear a speech from the leading figure in any field, who would you choose to hear?
If I could hear a speech from any lady,
Any leading, wait, any leading figure in any field, who would you choose to hear?
Maya Angelou.
Why?
Well, for one, she's an incredible writer and speaker. She's very honest. R.I.P. Maya Angelou. My goal in life was to meet her. I did not meet her, but I did meet her grandchildren. Her journey in her life was, it's like Pittsburgh. Pits. We're in the pits, right? Her journey was like that. And it was very, it imprinted me. It had an impact on me. So whenever I hear her say something, it instantly impacts me. It either revels me up for the cause or soothes me. So if I were to hear direction or anything from someone other than my mother, it would be Maya Angelou.
Okay. Very nice. All right. Now, tell people how to find you. Where,
I
all that stuff.
can be found, me personally, I can be found on Instagram at Top Grinder with the underscore at the bottom. But it's best to know about me, the business, and that's grindcity.biz. And grindcity.biz will lead you to all the other places: Grind City TV, W Grind Radio, Grinders Magazine. It'll tell you how to book time at the studio if you want to rent out the venue, and the new ventures that I'll be beginning. You'll be able to find them at grindcity.biz as well.
Okay. And I know that you can download your Grind City TV on Roku, right?
Right. So grindcity.biz is an app on Google. So the magazine, the radio, and the main site is an app on Google.
Okay.
GrindCity.tv is a website. .tv is also an app on iTunes and Google Play. And once you download the app or go to GrindCity.tv and sign up, you can use those same credentials to watch us on Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android TV, and Chromecast. So, yeah, we're available on all of those outlets, or just watch us on grindcity.tv. That's where you sign up and get your credentials.
Okay, great. All right. Well, is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for this. This was cool. Very fun, laid back. You do dope interviews. I like your energy. So thank you very much for that, for the honest questions and allowing me to answer them. Honestly, thank you very much for that. I also like to add that, you know, I really see you being an asset to the community in Pittsburgh for entrepreneurs. So I'm going to encourage the entrepreneurs to reach out to you and work with you. I think that you can be a real asset and player in the game. I'm going to encourage you not to get discouraged, because this place will wear you down. Ask for help, man. We're out here. Some of us are doing some great things. And also, just remember why you began to do what you do, because sometimes this city will have you forget. I don't know very, very much about you, but the few times that I have been around you, you're very observant and quiet, and take master notes. So I appreciate that about you. I think that, yeah, I really feel like you could be an asset. I will also encourage, like, have your standard, right? Like, have your standard. That's the best thing that I can say. Like, anybody that's doing anything, you know, you have to have a standard. You have to set a standard and make people rise to it. And if they don't, change the people. So have your standard, right? Because I think some of us are love beings and we give, and we forget that this is a business. And I had to relearn that this is a business, and sometimes you have to say, no, I can't do that for that. You have to meet the standard. So I would just encourage you to have your standard and keep doing what you're doing. I feel very privileged to have had this opportunity to speak with you about what I'm doing. So thank you very, very much. A shout out to you.
You're welcome. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, some days I think I need to bring out my inner mob boss that, or that
Don't
my
bring
friend,
that guy to be choking people though. I mean, that guy.
that's next. If I walk in with a guy like a couple steps behind me,
Yeah, I'm
I've
getting out
done.
the way, bro. I'm getting out the. I might have to pull. You have to pull out my knife, man. Your boy got to get jammed up. Shoot.
They'll be like, oh, she's done. But yeah, it's been fun, and I'm sure I'm going to see you probably in a couple weeks. I'm sure he's going to film again. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you could come on here and get all this live interview crap figured out.
Yeah. Yeah. Patience is a virtue. Figured out. Shoot. I've been doing live before you was live on Facebook. I used to do live through coding. I've been doing live for almost 20 years. So I've been on. I did a whole interview before no one told me they couldn't hear anything. They were just sitting there watching us talk, and they couldn't hear anything. So I'm like, God, say I can't hear it. I said, I've been through it all. So yeah, I get it. It's all good.
Well, good. Thank you for being on here, and I will get this video to you as well
Yes, ma'am.
in the next few days, and we'll go from there.
Yes,
But
ma'am. Thank you so much.
absolutely, have a good night, and maybe open up a window or something because I think your dog was.
Oh man, my dog, she aired me out in here. It's ridiculous.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you. Yeah, bye-bye. I guess I gotta log off here then.